Master of Chaos. The message. Irene was sitting by the fire, partly dozing off as she watched Cole tell the story of how they fought Asphira using paper cutouts on sticks he'd drawn. A group of children were listening intently. "Put down the staff and surrender, Asphira. Your days of evil are over," Cole said in an imitation of Zane, holding up the drawing of Zane. He held up the Asphira drawing. "Never! I will have my revenge if it's the last thing I do!" A child gasped. "Take that, Wu! Zap! Zap!" Cole dropped Wu's stick. "No! Look out, Master Wu!" he said, picking up Zane's stick. Zap! Zap! Ah! He slammed Asphira's stick into Zane's stick until Zane's stick snapped in half. "Oh no!" He picked up a stick with the drawing of Nia on the front. "Zane is gone!" He picked up his own stick with a self-portrait. "What did you do to my friend?" He attempted to imitate Asphira's cackle. The children huddled together in fear as the story became more intense. "Take that! I banished him to the one place from which you can never return. The Never Realm!" One little girl fainted. The rest started screaming and crying. "Wait! Whoa! Whoa! Hey, wait! It's okay, look! It's not real, it's just a story!" Cole said, waving Asphira's snake. It snapped in half, and the children ran out. Cole started to go after them. Irene followed. "It's just paper! I drew them!" Cole shouted. He dropped the broken stick and scratched his head in confusion. Kai, Jay, and Nia had been working right outside and saw the commotion. "What did you tell them, Cole?" Kai asked. "Nothing! I was just telling them about Zane and Asphira and how she blasted him into the Never Realm," Cole replied. "You think that story is appropriate for little kids?" Nia asked. 5 to 13? Absolutely, Cole replied. Irene patted his shoulder. "That story is a little intense, love," she said. "Look! Over here! Come quick!" Utog shouted from the edge of the village. The ninja, Sorla, and several ice fishers came over to see what he was shouting about. "What is it?" Boma asked. Utog pulled out a scrap of green cloth. Nia took the fabric and examined it. "This is Lloyd's!" she exclaimed. "Where did you find this?" Cole asked. "In the snow on the other side of the forest. There were signs of fighting and an avalanche," Utog replied. "What do you think happened?" Kai asked. "You think he's okay?" Jay asked. He grabbed Irene's shoulders. "You can sense him! Tell me he's okay!" he cried, shaking her. Irene pushed him off. "Give me a second, okay?" She shut her eyes, reaching out to that connection to Lloyd. "He's okay. As far as I know, he's okay. But he's on his own, because there's nothing we can do from here," she said. As they walked, Lloyd passed the time by talking to the wolf. "So, yeah, that's my dad. Garmadon, Lord of Destruction, King of Shadows. I wouldn't normally confide this stuff to someone I just met, but I can tell you, you're just a wolf." He chuckled. "It's kind of nice to be able to get this off my chest, actually. But I can't keep calling you Wolf. You ought to have a real name." He thought for a moment. How about Rover?" he suggested. The wolf did not look amused, turning her head away and barking. Don't like that, huh? How about Buster? Buddy? Nah, those don't fit." Irene or Jay would easily come up with a name. Then it came to him. "What about Red?" he asked. "You get it? Because, this?" He gestured to the red markings on the wolf's fur. The wolf barked in agreement. "We're making progress, Red." The tracker started beeping and Lloyd took it out, pulling up the antenna. "The mech's signal is getting stronger. This way," he said, taking off, Red on his heels. Lloyd ran toward a cave, following the signal. "We're getting close, Red." Red stopped, whimpering. It barked and Lloyd turned around. "What's the matter?" "Look, I gotta go this way. You coming or not?" he asked. Red barked warily and sat down. "Come on, please," Lloyd begged. Red snorted and followed him. They kept walking, and Red's paw crunched on something. Red whimpered upon seeing the bones and barked a warning to Lloyd. He turned. "What is it?" He gasped. "Bones? What happened here?" He saw a shadow flying overhead. "What was that?" A very large ice bird dove at them from behind. Lloyd ducked. It soared back up, screeching, and came at them again. "Run!" Lloyd shouted, and he and Red sprinted away and ducked behind some rocks. The ice bird flew up to a cliff and knocked some rocks free. They tumbled down toward Red. The wolf managed to dodge most of them, but a large boulder was coming back down fast. Lloyd blasted it away with a burst of energy. Red, you all right? He shouted. The two of them ran for cover. The bird landed and tried to peck at Lloyd. Ah! Lloyd leaped up and ran, but the bird grabbed onto his pack and started shaking him. Red stopped and saw the bird with Lloyd in its beak. The bird started to fly away. Ah! Get off me! Lloyd screamed. The wolf barked and ran over a ledge and pounced on the bird's head. Blinded, the bird dropped Lloyd and Red jumped off. The wolf landed and looked up to see Lloyd falling. Red! Lloyd cried. Red jumped across, catching him and landing on another rock, then running off with him on her back, the bird close behind. There! A cave! Lloyd shouted, pointing. The bird swooped down, its claws knocking Lloyd off Red's back. He got to his feet and ran for the cave. As the bird closed in, he leaped for the entrance. Red barked at the ice bird. It screeched angrily at them as it landed at the entrance. Red dragged Lloyd back out of reach as the bird examined them, then flew off. Lloyd breathed a sigh of relief. The tracker was beginning to lose the signal. Oh no. Red growled and barked at something behind them. What's there, Red? Lloyd asked. He turned and saw a silhouette. Who are you? Show yourself, he demanded, lighting up a ball of energy in his fist. It turned out to be the mech. It's okay. This is what I've been looking for. This is it. He jumped up onto the mech. Zane? Zane! He called, going to the cockpit. The seat was empty. Where are you? He looked around the cavern and saw a screen recorder. He tossed the energy into the air to light the cavern and climbed down for a closer look. He hooked up a couple of jumper cables to a power box, and a recording popped up with Zane. Zane? Lloyd said. Greetings, friend. If you have found this recording, then I am no longer here, Zane said. Red whimpered softly and stepped closer. My name is Zane. I am a stranger in this land trying to find my way home. Zane sighed. It is difficult to keep track of the days in this place. It feels like I've been here a long time. But I refuse to give up hope. The screen filled with static. Huh? No! No, no, no! Lloyd shook the power box, and Zane appeared on the screen again. The mech's processing unit is damaged. I may be able to fix it, but it requires running a diagnostic. I will attempt to connect myself to the mech's processor. Static flickered briefly on the screen. As long as the cable is not disconnected, I should be okay. More static. Come on, Lloyd muttered, pounding his fist on the box. The screen returned to normal. But if anything goes wrong, if this should be found one day, please relay this message. This is the last recording of Zane, Master of Ice, son of Dr. Julian, student of Master Wu. I was built to protect those who cannot protect themselves. I have tried to fulfill this purpose. I have no regrets. I have the best friends anyone could ask for. Pixel, I love you. Farewell. The recording ended. Zane? Lloyd whispered. He wiped the tears from his eyes, and Red gave a sympathetic whimper. Lloyd then walked over to the mech. I may not be half the builder you are, Zane, but I'm twice as stubborn, and I will get this thing working if it's the last thing I do. That's a promise, right? You with me? He asked Red. The wolf looked at him curiously. Yeah, Lloyd said, getting right to work. He figured out how to repair a few gadgets with his elemental powers. As he worked, from time to time, he'd feel a slight pressure in his mind, and he knew it was Irene checking on him. He smiled. I'm okay, Irene. He tested out some buttons, but nothing happened. Come on, he muttered. He went under the hood to see what was the problem. Battery's dead. No wonder he couldn't fix it. An idea started to form in his mind. I wonder. He grabbed the jumper cables and attached them to the battery. Here goes nothing, he said, charging it up with his powers. He turned the mech on, and it worked. Yes! Did it! The mech stomped outside to where the ice bird was waiting. The bird saw him and gave an angry screech. Want some of me? Come and get it, you overgrown parakeet, Lloyd shouted. The bird flew into the air and dived at Lloyd, latching onto the mech's arm. Lloyd tossed it back, and the bird took off and dove at him again. Oh, no, you don't! Lloyd pressed a button, and the mech caught the bird. Its talons scratched the mech. I'm trying hard not to hurt you, but I hope this thing's a bet. The mech swung the bird around and slammed it into a rock. It screeched angrily. Red whimpered worriedly, watching from the cave. Sinking in yet? I am not your next meal, Lloyd said, slicing into a boulder. The bird flew away, terrified. Lloyd sighed, hearing a final screech from the ice bird. He turned back to the cave entrance. It's safe. You can come out. Come on, hop aboard, he encouraged, extending the mech's arm for Red to climb on. It won't hurt you, I promise. We'll be able to move a lot faster this way. Come on. Red sniffed the hand cautiously, then jumped on. Ready, pal? Here we go. Red barked encouragingly. We're coming, Zane. We're coming.